This is my week 1 response video to my internship with the sheriff's office. In week 1, we had command staff and Under Sheriff Harris come in and talk to us about budgeting and financial stuff for the sheriff's office. Little side note, but I actually grew up with Under Sheriff Harris's daughter. Me and her were really close friends for all through middle school and pretty much through high school. I had never met him either. I had only met her mom. But it was really cool to reconnect back to this. But one of the things that they bring up in week 2 was the new jail that is going to get built. This is going to be really exciting. We visited the jail as well. It wasn't terrible. It just was in need of a definitely upgrade. And the jail is another topic. But a lot of budgeting, and something that I also learned was how, like, the different branches that there is. So before this, I would have just thought a sheriff was like a patrol officer, right? But no, there's different. It's like a what do they call it? Like a tree line or whatever, where it's like the sheriff, the under sheriff, and then it goes on and on. And that was really cool because I really did not know that. But the sheriff, Tanksy, was gonna show up as well and talk with Under Sheriff Harris, but he was sick, I believe. And week 1 was just really short, so I will try to get these 5 minutes out. Hopefully I can get to 5 minutes, but it was really short. So going back to budgeting, they get obviously a budget, and they have to split it in between 16 different things within the office. One of them is traffic, drug task force, law enforcement, others, record, civil, bureau of support, in custody inmates, so and so. I think their budget was around 26. I don't really remember. I lost my journal for my week 2 notes, so then I started taking notes here on my little binder. But that was really interesting because it didn't seem like a lot, but it is, honestly. And the fact that they have to split it within like 15 things is very, I feel like it can cause a lot of stress and stressful. That's what I was going to say, stressful. Another interesting fact about the sheriff's office that I also didn't know was that they cover the whole Whatcom County. Whereas in, like, obviously, like, Bellingham PD just covers Bellingham, and Ferndale covers Ferndale, so and so on. But they were incorporated 1,054 times within Whatcom County, which I feel like is good since there's not so many of them. I think there was like about 100 workers, which was really interesting. We also learned that the population density was 107.36 per square mile, which was also really interesting. Just some facts that I didn't know. I thought these things, I had thought that they meant different things, so this just kind of cleared up to me, like, what it all really means. The Whatcom County population is about 231 people. And there's 2,500 square miles to it. another thing that people might not really think about, but it honestly is really important. Just to keep in mind. It's honestly gotten a lot bigger, and it's crazy how we have an island by Canada as well. I didn't know about that. Counts as Whatcom County, and past or behind Mount Baker, we still have some Whatcom County over there, which is also really interesting because they have to respond to calls over there and so, which is just things that I just overlooked or didn't really think that they'd be important, but they honestly are. But yeah.